Good morning, science class. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Today we are going to be discussing the muscular system. Before we get started, we are going to do a couple jokes. First joke. What do you call the best skeleton detective? Think about it. The best skeleton detective. What was his name? Give up? It was Sherlock Bones. One more skeleton joke. What is a skeleton's favorite instrument to play? Well, it's the trombone. Hey, both bones. That's or not. Anyway, on to muscles for today. As we've been learning about muscles from our last lesson, there were three main types of muscles we discussed. Those three types of muscles were smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, and skeletal muscles. So the first type, if we're talking about smooth muscles, first of all, are called an involuntary muscle. There's the two words are voluntary and involuntary. A voluntary muscle means that you choose to move it. It's like when you lift your hand or when you run or when you wave at somebody. Anytime you're making a motion and you're choosing to do that motion, you're voluntarily, meaning you're making that choice to do it. So some of our muscles are voluntary, which means we're making that decision to move, and some are involuntary, which means that your body just automatically does them without you having to tell your body to do them. So smooth muscles are involuntary muscles. Examples of smooth muscles are usually found within organs. So in your stomach, in your lungs, in your digestive system, there's all these little muscles that are doing all these tasks. And you don't have to ask them to do these tasks. They just automatically do them. For instance, in your intestines, there's little tiny muscles that are pushing the food that you eat through your intestine, taking out the nutrients you need, and moving the rest of it along. So even though you don't constantly tell yourself, digest the food, digest the food, digest the food, there are involuntary smooth muscles in your stomach and intestines and those organs that are doing that process for you. So that's smooth muscles. Those are usually within your organs or blood vessels, and they keep everything going. The next type of muscle is your cardiac muscle. Now remember, we talked about cardiac, or whenever you hear cardio, it has to do with the heart. So cardiac muscles mean that have to do with your heart. Now ask yourself, do you need to tell your heart every second to beat? Are you constantly going through your life like heart beat, heart beat, heart beat, pump blood, pump blood, pump blood? No, you'd spend your whole life telling your heart to pump blood if that was the case. This is your cardiac muscle is another type of involuntary muscle. Okay, so your smooth muscle and your cardiac muscles are both involuntary. You don't have to tell them to work, they'll just work for you without you even telling. So you have your smooth muscle, which are in your organs. You have your cardiac muscles, which are your heart muscle, which pumps your blood. And then the third type of muscle is your skeletal muscle. Now, the word skeleton, obviously, as we learned before, is talking about your bones. And the bones are the structure of your body. So your skeletal muscle are going to be what move your bones. Okay, like I said before, you're waving, right? You get up and you run. Any movement, you nod your head. There's muscles in your body that are telling you or that you're telling to do that. So like If I said, okay, everyone raise your hand, even though you didn't tell yourself out loud, hey, raise your hand, your muscles, your interior, your brain told your muscles to raise your hand. If I said wave, you can wave, and your brain is telling your muscles to wave. So you are choosing to do those actions. So any muscle that basically moves you or moves part of your body, that's going to be a skeletal muscle. And those are what we call voluntary muscles. We choose to move our skeletal muscles. So your skeletal muscles are muscles that are attached to your bones by what we call a tendon. So a tendon connects the muscle to the bone, kind of like a rubber band, but it's not a rubber band, it's a tendon. And it connects to the bone and it causes your bones to move when your muscles tell them to. Okay? So those are three main types of muscles. Smooth muscle, involuntary muscle that is inside your organs and help your organs function. The second type we said was cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is your heart muscle, and that also is involuntary and it helps pump the blood. Third type of muscle was your skeletal muscle. This was a voluntary muscle, which means you tell it to move. So your skeletal muscle is your only voluntary types of muscle, and it's you telling your skeleton to move in different ways. So those were the three main types of muscles that we were going to talk about. And yeah, that's the basics of today. So what I want you to do for the rest of the day is to get a little better view of this. You can, as is posted in your Google Classroom, we're going to watch a couple of YouTube videos which are linked in your classroom, and then you are going to, after you watch the couple of videos that are linked, you're going to answer a few questions on the Google Forms sheet that have to do with muscles, okay? So you're going to watch the videos first, then you're going to answer the questions on the Google Forms sheet that have to do with muscles. You can go back to the videos if you need help answering the questions on your Google Forms. Once you have your Google Forms sheet done, make sure your name is on it, and then you can turn it in. And then we'll meet back up next time. So I know, as always, you guys probably want to see how Charles is. Let's see what Charles is up to today. Hey, Charlie boy! What's up, man? Charlie, say hi. Charlie, look. It's your friends. Charlie, hey. Hey, buddy. He's so curious about the squirrels and the birds outside, and he's still protecting our plants. Good setup we still have. The plants are growing. We're doing well, guys. Everything's still alive. Right, Charlie? You're keeping guard over them? My man. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Sonny. Okay, guys. Well, until next time, you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.